I mean,
And
so let's start there though, because I think that's probably the thing that I most would pick out in terms of what I think was terrible in that half was some coaching decisions. And I always, as far as football goes, I always start with the coaches first. I mean, they're the guys making the massive money, and this is it all starts from there down. Okay, and here, Heupel at the 50-yard line. Well, I don't even know the exact situation. I have to go back and look at exactly what it was. But you're going for it on fourth, and you run out of the freaking shotgun. It's just go under center with your 6'5", 250 kid, and just fall forward. But regardless,
I'm in a group text with my dad and his buddies, and they were like, "You got to punt, you got to punt, you got to punt." I was like, "I'm going for it." I said, "But I'm not calling that play."
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
exactly it.
And,
you don't go for it unless you can actually make it. And
well, no, but and also if I'm going for it, if I'm in the shotgun, which I wouldn't be, 6'4", 6'5", whatever it is, 235, 240, whatever. He's running, and I'm tailback. You're an extra blocker. We have 10 blocking now rather than 9 blocking. You see what I'm saying? Like, either way,
I don't know,
my
man.
6'4", 6'5", 240-pound quarterbacks running the ball under center or in the shotgun with a running back also blocking. The 2 fourth down calls I thought were just bad play calls in general.
Really bad. Really bad.
And mainly, and it's not necessarily the play was bad, like the play call was bad on the second one. I just don't agree with going in shotgun on 4th and 1 right there unless you're going to do QB run. Like, and then you have the extra blocker. Like, that's just what it is. Because I mean, hell, I call our plays for my high school team as well. And yes, we went for it on 4th and 1 last night out of the shotgun, but it was a quarterback run with a 210-pound tailback lead blocking as well. Like, you see, like, it's so that kind of cancels out if you have a lead blocker, not just handing it off and the quarterback's just wasted. That's what I don't like about that stuff. And it just overall, like, we can go to the sack. Excuse me, sack fumble for a touchdown. People are going to go, "Oh, he held the ball, he held the ball, he held the ball." Well, they showed the behind view. We got nobody open. Like, they got open in the first half. We did not get open in the second half. Like, I don't know what happened at halftime. I don't know what they did or did not talk about. But guys were open in the first half and or making the plays. That was not happening in the second half at all with our receiving core, just in general.
I don't know. Maybe Nick Saban gave the greatest halftime speech of all time. I'm not sure what happened, but I doubt that was it.
Probably threatened everybody.
Yeah, probably. Took them all down and said he was going to throw them off a cliff if they didn't play better. But I don't know. I don't know what happened, but whatever it was, everything was completely different. I think that it was bad all the way down in that second half. I mean, I start with the coaches, and I definitely disagree with that 4th down call. You either punt or you run something different. I mean, you punt unless you actually believe you can get that yard. And what has this team shown this season that they have the ability to do that? They haven't.
Our O-line got thudded that play.
Throttle.
They showed the replay. We got negative push.
Throttle.
Negative push on that play.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad. And so in that case, until you get a better offensive line, until you get a better play call, until you get something, I mean, that just can't be it. On the whole, it was like impotent is the right word. It was just completely, there was nothing there was nothing there to be had. And you blame whoever you want to. I've seen a lot of people, actually. It's kind of funny. Last season, it was all about roasting Tim Banks. There's been a lot of Joey Halsey this season.
Hold on. Now, there were people at halftime saying give Tim Banks an extension.
That's true.
I did see those comments at halftime.
Yeah. I also go, I look at this and I go, ultimately, I would have guessed to beat Bama, you needed 30 in this one. You would have needed 35. It's like not that far off to me. And
think about it. What did I say in the first half? What will not beat Alabama? Field goals. If we scored in the red zone in the first half, I'm talking about the first half, right? And it's 28. Even if we do not score in the second half, that last drive where we were down on the 10 or 15-yard line on the 4th down, that's to go ahead. So our play calling would be a little different in that situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know hindsight's 20/20 and all that. You cannot beat a team that is as seasoned as Alabama with field goals. You just can't. You have to do what Texas did and take advantage of your opportunities. You have to.
I mean, Texas about to lose to Houston. I don't know. They might.
Are they really?
It's tied. It was tied last time I looked. Texas scored a touchdown, 31-24. Houston's got the ball to tie, but I don't know. Whatever that was in that second half just was bad.
It's the same thing I've been
saying. Start to finish, beginning to end.
It's the same thing I've been saying all year. Our secondary is not good. They're not. It's point blank. They're not. You're not an SEC caliber starting corner. And on the second play, just completely get ran by in cover 4. In case you're wondering what cover 4 means all 4 DBs have 1/4 of the field. And at 10 yards, it becomes man-to-man. Nobody ran with them. They were playing cover 4. Nobody ran with them. That's not a good secondary in that point.
Yeah.
Just what it is. Now, did we play well on the offensive side of the ball? No. We couldn't run the ball we ran the ball for 33 yards in the second half. We couldn't run the ball, which
everything was horrendous.
It was. Guys were not getting open. Guys weren't getting open in the second half. We couldn't throw. I mean, it's just it is what it is in that sense.
Joe's legs were finally working. I'm finally looking at all the stats here. 59 yards on the ground on 15 carries. You finally got what you wanted with his legs there. And sacks are included in that. So it's actually he ran for more than that, though, but obviously sacks. Which dumb stat rule, by the way, personally, or whatever. I think they only took, let's see, three total, but it doesn't say how many yards. It didn't. There wasn't like a big 12-yard sack in that one.
No. Well, I mean the sack fumble, but it's probably 7, maybe 6. But either way, like I said, it's just me being a quarterback. That's a stupid rule. Sorry.
But maybe it is. I completely agree. But maybe it's something like wait, where's it's right here. No, come on, Bruce, right here. He said Tennessee has one legit receiver, Squirrel, and Squirrel is it. Thornton is pitiful. The rest are practice squad.
What have I been saying all year? Thank you, Bruce.
But I think that's a huge element of what's going on here, because all they had to do was just circle Squirrel in that second half. I think we got to go back and watch the film to be sure.
Yeah,
but he killed you in that first half. Eight receptions and a touchdown in that first half. In that second half,
he had 2 receptions in the second half.
Yeah, I mean they circled him and they said, okay, we'll stop Squirrel White. What are you going to do with these other boys? And they couldn't do anything.
So Ashton says Joe wasn't terrible, but felt like he wasn't given many chances in the second half. I agree. I mean, he didn't play horrible.
I think it was bad.
First half, he played really, really well. 2 throws of which he had back, obviously, like I said, at halftime. He didn't play bad, but the thing is, when in our offense, when you can't run the ball, you can't. And then when you have so many option routes, right? Option routes suck when they know you're throwing the ball. All right, because they can just sit in every zone and almost take everything away. Like the sack fumble, we ran an out and a corner. It's a good combination, but you don't want to run it versus a cover 4 defense. Well, they ran cover 4 into it, so the linebacker gets underneath the out route, the cornerback and the safety go over the top on the corner, and you have nobody else. It was a 2-man route over there. Nothing coming across the field to him. And he's sitting there waiting for one of them to move, and we get a sack fumble. Stuff like that's what irks me. It's it's not one player is what I'm trying to say. It's a combination of everything just looked bad.
It was a
Gordon
team
was
effort.
Supposed to be like this dude coming in, and I don't know where that's been.
Yeah, I mean, it was a team effort to suck that bad in that second half. You got what it is. Well, let's go here, because I'm honestly, this is going to be a real
Dom,
segment.
thank you. What did I say last week? Dom, right there. Thank you so much for proving my point last week. Well, Milton needs more progression throws. Bleep the option routes.
Curse word.
But that's what I say last week. If you get him in rhythm, he's good. The more that he's just got to sit there, you're a sitting duck.
Yeah.
That's not a good feeling. We had dudes last year at receiver, so we could get open or just run by you. We don't have anybody that can just run by anybody right now. That's what's hurting us. All underneath stuff where they're sitting underneath it. It definitely is adding up at this point. Is what I'm getting at.